We just always love when we're in New York to just take you around some of our favourite locations. And in the winter, one of my favourite locations is Tokio7, between 1st and 2nd Avenue. It's a mixture of Japanese. I've got here some very good Comme des Garçons, Watanabe, men's and women's. And I haven't been in the summer for a while, so I'm interested to know what we can find. It's so clean and empty, which, you know, it's usually I come and it's heaving. I'm already looking at things going, I like that man's suit. Do you see that really weird brick suit? Is that Fendi menswear? Extra large men's. Not going to happen for me then. And what's that jacket? That's interesting. Oh, it's a Rick Owens going straight into some Rick. Just the shape of that seems formidable. Yeah. Very big on the shoulder. Yeah. What should we do with this? See? It's an exaggeration that is beyond comprehension for lots of people because you just look at it and think it's just so oversized. You know I have a problem with the shoulder pad, so for me I look at it and I think, oh yes. Did they do it done up this, do you think? Or was it always just left hanging?
I think...
Well, why don't you have a play and see where it could be? I feel like I'm just about to be locked in at an airport. It's complicated. It's complicated. Whilst it's complicated, my eye is going over to that neon yellow. I sort of absolutely love it. It's weird, and I don't know what it is, but I love it. What do you think that is? Jemima, you're looking, going...
What is that?
I don't know. It's amazing, like a piece of sculpture. How's it going there, darling?
I think it's good.
You think it's good?
Yeah.
In a pre-love shop, and you know there's only ever one, so you're very nosy as to what everybody else is looking at. I'm very nosily looking at that. Don't draw attention, because then they might think, I have to get it because somebody else likes the look of it. All I know is that this is taking a while.
Can't breathe.
I can breathe easily, yeah. Okay, what do we think? I do love it. I'm afraid to say I really love it. I don't know if I love this, but I love it. This is, to me, breaking the line. And I know maybe he wants to break the line, but I don't know if I want to break the line. This is cool. What I love is the weird neon. What I don't love is the neckline. Yeah, but as a concept, I really like it.
Yeah, you were drawn by the colour.
Yeah, I was drawn by the whole juxtaposition of the sort of tradition of the 1950s inspired fabric with some neon. Yeah, that slight Sakai-ish moment.
Yeah.
Do you have any Sakai at the moment? Because I could tweak it, you know, I could do stuff to make it higher. Yeah, I like the length too. We haven't looked at this length for a while. And I think with khaki, like my khaki sweatpants and the Sakai khaki boots, I know it's a bit matchy-matchy, but I love the idea of that. I love that neon so much. There's something also quite kimono-ish of this fabric, because I bought some vintage kimonos in Japan, and this has that kimono fabric. That's all you got. If this was Rachel Solomon, she'd wear it over her shirt, wouldn't she? So should we do a bit of Rachel? I quite like this. Can we keep this for now? Yeah. I think what I've got to do is take a picture, because as I go, because otherwise you just carried away in this sort of love of the extraordinary, and so I like to take a picture of myself in something and then come back and visit it again. So I'm just going to do that now. Because I have had my greatest joy here and my biggest mistake. Well, not biggest mistakes, but things that Lila maybe has ended up stealing because they're more appropriate for her. And maybe I subconsciously knew that at the time. There's something cool about it. Yeah, okay. So should we do a Rachel? Now I don't know if this is an insult, but she might just think, Trinny, not quite. You must look at Rachel. It's called Hey Mrs. Solomon is her Instagram. But she brought me here first, actually. She introduced me to Tokio7, and she came from Boston and just introduced me to the concept of pre-loved and to unusual pre-loved things. This is something to say to all those people who've got some interesting things in their closet that they don't feel they can wear bare-waisted now, you know? How can you utilize those things and wear them over things? This fabric's just too thick and Chanel-like, so if it was thinner, it might work. You know, it's sort of gaping and things.
I haven't seen much Sakai like that.
They have this section, I never buy it because I think it's generally for shorter people, which is these sort of little dresses and things, so maybe you haven't seen it because you've seen a lot of Sakai through my wardrobe.
That's the only way I've seen it.
Yeah, and there is an element to Sakai, which is this very high-waisted things going out from here. It's a bit big, but it's nice to challenge the idea. So we're going to put that one back. Let's just see what else there is. I love these colours together. I'm going to try it on just for the colours, because the only way that I usually wear a sort of dirty, sludgy brown, you know, you can come to a pre-loved store and look at things just to give you inspiration of what colours to wear together, because you see things that you wouldn't normally buy in your comfort zone, and they might be a designer who challenges, like that colour palette is so interesting together. So I might actually just take a snapshot of that to then bring that into my wardrobe and think, how could I then incorporate some of those colours? On Trinny London, we have Match to Me and we have the clothing return. So this would be complementary and that would be the contrasting. You know who would love this? I don't know, she might not, I might be wrong, but should we just test the bunny? Because she's just arrived back in London. I won't bring it up, let's see if she comments on it. Hi darling, how are you?
That's so cool. Hi Lila. Right before the shower.
I was thinking, I'll call you because I think if you immediately say that's so cool, I'm going to call you in a minute, I love you. You know when we talk about jeans that look like different things, that's a jean which is like the cutout from those dolls. Isn't that just so cool? Just, it's a photograph. It's sort of a photo made as if to look like a trompe-l'oeil, but it's not a trompe-l'oeil, it's actually jean. It's really cool. I think they have cooler menswear than women's wear here. You know this is for a grown-up. Tom Brown is a US designer. I love this, but no. So Tom Brown does shrunken clothing, is the only way I can describe it, because you would think it wouldn't go on, but a lot of the catwalk is this kind of, looks like boys in little shrunken school uniforms. Yeah. And then that is some kind of pussy helmet, which I won't be putting on. But for somebody that's, you know, Hailey Bieber. I'm feeling there's not much here today, I have to say. That's kind of a beautiful colour. Actually, that is interesting. Miu Miu. Yeah, it's a nice colour, isn't it? Shall I try on the trousers? Thank you. It's interesting. It's sort of something I would have bought as a suit about 10 years ago, that cropped, narrow thing with a jacket.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I used to wear this a lot when I first met you.
Yeah. And it's quite a low waistband, but I don't mind it.
I really love this.
I love the colours. It is a good shape. I love the length.
This is great when you want to wear something a bit businessy but fun.
That's exactly it, Jemima. The one thing I want to make sure is, could I take these down? Yeah, because it might be I want to have them there.
It's great on the back.
It's really amazing. Such excitement. You know when it's from, which is amazing. So this is from, I can't believe it, 2012. This is 13 years old. It doesn't feel that it's dated. You know, I thought maybe it was a couple of years old. You stay there, I'm gonna have a little butcher. Lila would love that. Sort of look and I think, you know, I take that out and I go, does that look like vintage? So that probably is quite an old Marni because it's quite tired on the zip. But Marni's fabrics anyway are quite vintage fabrics, and there's a lot of inspiration from 50s fabrics, you know, chocolate and white stripe. To me, it looks a bit tired, and I don't want things if they're already vintage because I don't like that kind of pre-love. It's like these dresses. Yeah, I've had about 10 of these dresses. Yeah. I remember this era. It's probably sort of 2009, much older than I thought. It's like you want that thing that also stands out, that you think is a one-off, you'd never get anywhere else. It's like that as a mini dress is kind of fabulous. Like on Lila, that would be amazing actually. So that's Saint Laurent, and Saint Laurent you can see how the label is, which year it could be, because it used to be YSL, or it was Saint Laurent as a script. When I first bought Saint Laurent, which was in the 80s, it was in a script, and then the label changed. So this label is probably, I'd say, the last 15 years, but it's not the most recent label. It's not giving the, yeah, it's cool. There's a bit of Sakai. Nothing that's grabbing my boat. I'm in two minds about shoes because I just think of foot issues, you know, and I just think one has to be aware that you want to really put a lot of antibacterial spray, and that's just my personal thing. But as a shoe design, this is acne. This is, you know, something that I've seen for 10 years look cool. It's not going to change. That clumpy heel, nearly a wedge, white patent to me is always cool. Black patent I never liked. Shape is good and flattering. Something like that I could never buy. It's too petite, little girly. When I see a petite woman in this, in proportion it's a beautiful shoe to wear, but as a taller woman I feel like Miss Piggy in this kind of shoe. Yeah, and that is a beautiful silk Prada shirt. So that originally would have been, at the time, maybe $800, but now Prada, nothing is under $1,000. And this is $260. The weird and wonderful comb. I think these two go well together. I know there's a lot going on, isn't there?
Oh, okay.
For me, this is something I can't get my head around. I can see the purpose. Like even just if I forget the trousers and I just look at that as an idea and I sort of don't make my hair look so classic, there's something quite interesting, you know? So it's just testing, because we can have such a prejudgment of clothes, of it should be this, did it out for the day-to-day, and so I said, oh, that's too wide leg, it's clumpy, it's whatever, and I think it's really good for us to challenge our traditional belief system of what a silhouette should look like. Because I have challenged it over the years, and sometimes I'll look back and think, oh, did I really wear that? But I love the challenge of not just hitting upon a uniform that then stays with me forever. I have this in grey. What's the cushion?
Yeah.
Is it just a cushion?
Bag, this bag.
Oh, can I see it? Is it acne? No.
Can be
No, also
backpack, shoulder backpack.
Oh, it's Margiela. I was thinking, could it also be a jacket? Because that's what I do.
Oh, I
to
see.
be,
Nah.
It's not.
Can't be
It's
that
not
killer.
capital. Yeah. Kind of cool. There's too much outside before you get the inside. Yeah. Thank you. I'm just not good with this length. This I can't do. I have a shirt like this at home, you know that, but this is just a longer slip, but it's in principle the same thing. But my one I have at home is better.
Yeah.
Sort of like, it's Philip Lim, which I used to wear years ago. You know my navy jacket with the shirt underneath is Philip Lim, but I didn't literally know he did any accessories. But it's quite nice that, like that. It's difficult for me because I wouldn't put it over my arm because it's not long enough. And then you're going to have it like that, like a satchel. There's an impracticality that I can't get my head around. There's a softness I really like. You don't have anything in the back that's from winter. I much prefer your winter. I feel summer's a bit like fluffy. There isn't anything really delicious. This is when I need to now look on the phone and let's see what we think, shall we? Okay. The print makes me feel like it's a sort of carpet from the 70s. There's something about it. The side I quite like, but I'm not as loving it as much as I thought I would. Yeah, when I fold it in, I prefer it. That is quite cool. I don't love it enough.
Okay. Yeah.
No, it's cool, but it's not going to come with me. What?
I love it.
You love it, do you really? What do you love about it?
The colours.
Yeah. It's like how you'd wear it so you wouldn't feel like you wore it the first time round.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, what shoes would I wear it with? The first time round I would have done like a ballet flat, so I don't want to go there. Would I do a little sock with a shoe? Would I do it with a jumper or only a white shirt? Or would I introduce a weird colour? I wouldn't want to introduce that colour near my face, so would I introduce a fourth colour?
Is your gut saying no?
The colour's saying yes. I will try it on one last time. It's because we've gone for that silhouette. All that silhouette has been around, whether you've gone for it or not, of that wide, oversized jacket. And I saw Rose, creative classicist, saying, I'm trying this skinny legging because that proportion's coming back in. So I'm like, that's interesting. Are we going to go back to a fitted line jacket? But whatever jacket we go to next, it will never be quite like the vintage one. So that oversize is different from the last time we did oversize, which was 1940s for men, really like the ones of today.
Yeah.
But I've just been told it's half price. Rose just texted me, I think. What do you think of the suit? I've just been told it's half price. Be candid.